Hi guys, this is your host and host Suhail Mathur, best-selling author and co-founder of the Bookmakers Literary Agency, and I welcome you to another episode of Superstars with Suhail. And today the superstar with us over here is my very dear friend and author Aruna Dhir. She is a best-selling author. She's been a corporate professional. She's written for Archie's, the first ever Indian writer to write for them here in India, apart from several other things that she does. She's a brilliant orator, a wonderful host, and it's going to be a big challenge for me to counter that as a host today myself. But welcome to Superstars with Suhail, Aruna.
Thank you so much, Suhail. What a pleasure to be on the platform with you, to be hosted by a superior orator like yourself. I had goosebumps when you were making an introduction. I didn't know it was about me, So thank you for all those nice words spoken so effusively. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to a great session on Superstars with Suhail, where the questions will be sharp, and knowing you, the responses hopefully sharper. So our chat show has 13 segments, and before I begin, I just need to tell you that we just need three things from you. One, that you will be frank and honest. Number two, that you will be quick and fast. And number three, you won't get shocked with anything that comes your way. So because it's fun, right? So everything's fun. And we will commence.
Okay.
The first of our 13 segments with segment number 1, Pehli Baar Hai. So Aruna, segment 1, Pehli Baar Hai, we'll be asking 5 questions about the 5 firsts in your life, and you can respond to it and also give us a little background so that our viewers can get an idea of what the response is. So the first of your firsts is your first crush.
My first crush was, oh my god, who was it? Oh my god, that's taking me far back, right?
You can tell when it was and how it was, so that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Must have been, actually it was in school, to be the, you said that one has to be honest, right?
Yes.
So it must have been in school, it was in 10th standard, and for a long time, I was a tomboy, so I was confused about my feelings, but it was definitely I was in a co-education, I was in St. Mary's, and it was the fellow boy student who I used to have a competition with. One semester he would top, the second semester I would top the class.
Yeah.
So between envy and jealousy and competition, I think there was a bit of infatuation and crush that developed. So that was the first one, really, yes.
Nice. So are you by any chance still in touch with that person on Facebook?
No, not at all. And like I said, it's a very, very sort of, flighty, flippant, very light sort of a crush, because I stayed a tomboy for a long time even after. So my first real crush would be on Shashis, I think. His eyes,
and his choice.
Yeah, and his softness, and the way he has been as a gentleman, and all that. My God, he was much better than a musical hero.
True.
Yeah, and his style and sophistication.
Your first salary, and how did you spend it?
My first salary, I began working very early, Suhail, very, very early. The moment I had, finished my school, I went back to school to, teach in evening classes to boarders. So my salary I earned around, that was the first salary. I think it was a few hundred rupees. This was somewhere in the mid-80s, I think early 80s perhaps.
Which would be decent some today. Some hundreds in the
80s. Absolutely. And for an evening class sort of assignment, I think it was pretty decent. The nuns were, I think, very lenient and very sort of generous. And I think I must have spent it on my favorite pastime, which was music and books at that time. So I'm sure I had run to Pratap Music House, the famous music house in Dhir, and bought some cassettes. So I have a feeling I must have done that,
Superb.
Yeah.
Your first vehicle, the first vehicle you bought?
I didn't buy it myself. The first vehicle that it was bought for me, my mother had gifted me a beautiful maroon moped, and I suddenly grew wings when I got that moped. I would traverse through the streets and lanes and roads of Dhir as if I was the queen of the valley town. And suddenly I could do what I wanted to do, go where I wanted to go, carry my mother along, or my niece who was growing up like a little sister with me. So I really tasted my first liberating experience when I got the first moped. But the first vehicle I bought for myself was a fuchsia colored Maruti, 600? Maruti 600 was it?
800, 800.
Maruti 100. 800, Maruti 800. That's right, that was my first car.
Lovely, lovely. So wonderful trip down memory lane. It's so nice to know.
Yes.
Your first literary memory, something that you'd associate immediately, or the first memory with books or writing, anything on those lines.
It would be my first, verse that I wrote, and that's imprinted very strongly in my mind because it was an ode to my father. I think I wrote it around 9. I was 9 then, and I think thereabouts when I sort of lost my father to heaven, and that was my first real poetry that I sort of penned down, and that also paved the way for my becoming a poet in the future course of time. So that is what I remember very fondly. I don't remember any lines from it, but I do remember it was a eulogy for my
Even I
father,
remember,
and that is the
I
first
love
thing that I
reading,
wrote.
love reading your Facebook post, and you had done a very beautiful piece on actually both your parents, and you had written about your
Yes,
father,
that's
how
right.
he helped so many people get
That's
jobs,
right.
and used to
Absolutely.
even transform certain dacoits. I believe, yeah, I remember.
That's right. You remember that.
Remember
You have
he,
a memory of an elephant. He got jobs for about more than 5,000 people in the course of his career. So that was humongous, I
yeah, I
think.
mean,
Yeah, you're right.
I remember reading
Absolutely.
about him and envisaging what a
That's
wonderful
right.
man he would have been. So the next
Absolutely.
question, the last one in this round, is how did the idea of your first book with TBB, which is Hotel Adventures, germinate? How did the idea for the
I
book
have to.
germinate?
I have put it down for posterity how and why the idea of the book came about, and I have to thank three S's in my life for it. The first S is definitely Shiva. I'm a shy white, you know that, and of course it was his sort of internal push, I guess. The other is my husband Sulabh, who said, because he was bored with all the hotel stories I would come and tell them, I met so and so, this is what happened. Today I was with the Princess of Thailand. This is what she said to me. On another day, I was with Hollywood actor or a Bollywood star, and this is what actually happened. So he said, and then I was also writing for Daily O at one point in time a few years back, and my Bollywood pieces, out of all the other pieces I was doing on consumer sort of strategies, on society, on marketing, on different aspects of maybe PR, on the way things were, life and times in India at that point of time. I was also doing Bollywood pieces, and Jaywal Singh, who was the editor of Daily O, would nudge me for more Bollywood pieces because they were one of the highest read on the entire platform. So I would be doing, who's the sexiest star in Bollywood, who's the best public speaker in Bollywood, who's the biggest villain, and so on and so forth. And he said, and there was immense readership for that. I've often gone on to say that, but once I did a piece on Salman Khan, and my God, was I trolled? Was I abused, online? Was I, threatened? And my family, my niece Minmin said, now you've arrived as a writer because you have a troll family, which is
Yeah.
sort of haranguing you, pursuing you. So my second S, Philip, said, why don't you do a book? And then the third S, my dear friend, came to the picture, which is, Suhail Mathur. And he said, there you go, we have to do the book. And when I bounced the ideas, it was Suhail who crystallized the whole idea, gave it a shape and form, and voila, Hotel Adventures with the
Yes,
Stars
and
was
I'm so
born.
happy. I'm
So
so
really,
happy
the
that the
three
book is done. The
S's.
book is done phenomenally well. It's been read by the biggest of stars. It's been covered by the
That's
biggest of
right.
magazines, newspapers. It's selling so well. And I as I was telling someone the other day, I went to Cheetal Grand, which is a famous eatery on the Delhi Dehradun on a route highway, and you find this Cheetal Grand, and your book you know, was proudly stacked over there. I was so happy. I went up to that guy and I told them that, look, this is the cover that we designed, and this lady is our
That's
author.
right.
So
That's right. That's right. No,
it
I
was it
can't.
was
I
it was
can't thank
very
you enough.
interesting.
Absolutely.
So
In
great,
fact,
and
just the other day, Suhail,
yeah,
Vishwakarma was telling me. My editor was saying that Hotel Adventures with the Stars is the best-selling book in their entire catalog.
wow.
So that was
No,
so a
that is
big
absolutely
thank you to
wonderful.
you.
So
A big,
when it's a
absolutely.
good idea, it will sell. I know you met a couple of
That's
people
right.
here or there who were trying to say else, something to the contrary. But I knew for a fact that this book will do well, and the reception it's received is amazing. And with that
Absolutely, absolutely.
rapid answer, you have completed the first segment, and now Aruna, we move
Right.
to our second segment, which is also
Mm-hmm.
called the rocking rapid fire. So now in our
Okay.
second segment, we have 10 questions for you, and you have to
Right.
reply to them in a very rapid manner. So here comes the first of the 10. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents.
Gee, from my parents, my God. I've not been a very strong Harold Robbins fan. I was always a Sidney Sheldon reader, and Ken Follett's reader. But one book I had started reading was The Lonely Lady. And of course, I did not finish it. I went, I think, about 50, 60, odd pages into it. But that was one risque, semi-polished movie that I saw at Capri Cinema Hall in Dhir, in the famous Capri, which is very famous for showing English movies, and that's the one I remember seeing on my own, all by myself, alone. And I went for Lonely Lady, and I saw the whole thing with my cheeks and my ear burning red. And when I came out, I said, "My God, what have I done to myself?" But that was one movie I saw on the
So
slide.
interesting. That is
So
very,
yeah,
very
my
interesting.
my
Okay, an Indian male author or someone from the literary fraternity you find handsome.
everybody's favorite, Shashi Tharoor. My God, I find him very
Basically,
handsome.
basically, Aruna has two men she likes a lot. One is called Shashi Kapoor, the other is called Shashi Tharoor. Right? So,
Yeah, you're right. My God, I didn't realize that. Yes, but you're right. Absolutely, his bangs and the way he sort of, shakes his band to come into place, his eyes, and my God, his love for language. I swoon over his love for language and his words, his vocabulary. So
next
definitely,
question,
Shashi
Aruna.
Tharoor.
Commercial success or critical acclaim?
Both, both,
One. Very, very
undoubtedly both.
one.
If I had to choose one, then I'll say commercial success.
Perfect. Book launches or lit fest?
Lit fests. Lit fest, because you gain so much more out of lit fest than you would do from a solitary book launch. Lit fest,
Perfect. Perfect.
hands down.
Who's hotter, a man in a suit or a man in a swimming trunk?
A man in a suit, my God, a pinstripe with well polished shoes, manicured hands, nicely spoilt hair. A man in a suit any day.
That's wonderful. That's a very good description. An Indian actor you
Yes.
would like to date, apart from Shashi Kapoor, now that we know, an Indian actor you'd like to date.
Um, I would have liked to date. Can I talk about something who's no more with us? Can I name him?
Sure.
And he's much younger, but so what? We can have a great. We could have had a great stimulating, invigorating discussion. I would have liked to date Sushant Singh Rajput.
All right. Nice. Nice. So, naughty or nice?
Nice, nice, always nice, nice. From the core of the heart, nice.
All right. Movies or web series?
Now, definitely web series.
All right.
And the more intense, intricately done. Narcos, my God, I had so much, fed on Narcos and loved every moment of it. So web series now,
All right.
definitely.
An
Yes.
Indian book you wish you had written.
Ah, wow, that's great. God of Small Things,
Lot of smoke.
I loved it.
And your
And
last
the use of
question for
metaphor,
this
I
round.
loved it.
The last question for this round is mind, body, or soul. The aspect that impresses you the most.
Soul,
So
soul, absolutely. And the soul is what guides even the mind and later on the body. Soul, definitely. The
wonderful.
purest
So
of soul,
not
the
only
best of
was that
souls.
fairly rapid, it was definitely rocking. And just like that, we now move into our third segment, which is called Pucho To Jane. So now, Aruna, our third
Okay.
segment, Pucho To Jane, has a very interesting setup. One author from the book Bakers has asked you a question, okay? And I'll be asking that to you. Once you've answered that, you have to guess who that person is. I will be giving you three options and you have to choose
Okay.
who that person is. If you're able to, and this has
Okay.
a three idiots connotation. So if you are able to answer in the first attempt, you're like Rancho, the smart guy in
Okay.
the class. If
Yes.
you answer in the
Yes.
second attempt, you are like Farhan Madhavan, okay? Decent. And if you answer in the third attempt, then you're like Raju, Sharman Joshi. Not a place you would want to be.
Okay.
Okay. Aruna, the question for you is this. If you were to walk into a room where all the characters of your first book were partying and none of them recognizes you, what would you do?
It is highly, highly difficult that nobody will recognize me. The way I am, the way I carry myself, I think everybody would stand up and cheer. Madhu Dixit would still come and apologize to me, and Jaggu Dada would, still say, "Have I called you Biru enough by now?" Sharmaji would be talking to me about Cindy Baby too. So I don't think Ruskin Bond would say, "Okay, fine, you've done a good job. I'm happy I wrote a foreword for the book." I don't think there would be anybody who would not recognize me at all. So this question does not hold ground at all. So, very difficult to not recognize
Wonderful.
me.
Wonderful to see such humility. I mean, I'm so happy to see that.
Always.
Always. All right. So now that you've answered it fairly well,
Right.
you have to answer who's asked you this question. So there are three options.
Okay.
There is
Right.
Aswar Mukherjee, Rashima Verma, or Alok Lal. Who's asked this question to you?
I think it's Alok. I have a feeling it's Alok.
And you are absolutely wrong. So you will get. So you
Do I get a second guess?
Yes, you do. So who's it? Is it Bhaswar Mukherjee or is it
I-
Rashima Verma?
I think it's my dear Rashima.
And that means, Aruna, that you are Raju because the question was asked by Bhaswar.
Oh God! Sorry, Bhaswar. Sorry, but that makes
So
me
Bhaswar
Raju
Mukherjee
now.
was the one who asked that question. Very interesting question and very nicely responded
Yes.
also.
Yes, thank you.
Great. And now we move to segment 4, which is best and the worst. So in best and the worst, I'll ask you a few questions where you have to name your favorite thing and the things you dislike the most. So the first one is your favorite dish. One word
Pasta.
response. Pasta. All right.
Spaghetti.
Yuckiest,
Spaghetti,
the
yes.
yuckiest dish you've ever had.
Oh my God. Maybe avocado? I can't stand avocado. Or tori.
Okay.
Stick of it.
Yeah, it's because you can't stand Tori, that is why you're not a Tori teller, you're a storyteller. So now
Just like that. Just on the top of your head, right?
Just like
Suhail the magician. Fabulous. Fabulous.
alright. Your favorite film?
My favorite film would be, I think, I quite like Masood. I really like it.
What a lovely
like,
film and
yes,
what a
I
lovely
love it.
soundtrack.
Yes.
So great.
Yes, absolutely.
Worst
Absolutely.
movie
You have to sing
ever
the song from the film for me before we end the episode. Would you do that?
Which one?
Before we end the episode, will you just hum a couple of lines from Masood if you remember any two lines?
If I have time, the only thing is that Zoom has a time
Okay.
limit, so I'll definitely.
I know.
But,
I know. Okay.
but the worst movie ever seen by you?
Oh God. I don't even remember. Any of these, I didn't like them really. But I must have seen them on telly. The Kapoor Khan and Shakti Kapoor films, and
Okay,
yeah,
so the
yeah, any
David
of those.
Dhawan ones, the
Yeah.
Govinda,
Yeah,
Shakti
oh
Kapoor,
God.
Khan and David Dhawan.
Though I liked a couple of Govinda films, in which he's become the Chacha. My God, I can't get enough of it. With Sanjay Dutt, that's fabulous. That's absolutely masterful acting. But other than that, other David Dhawan fair, absolutely yes.
Your favorite song?
Oh God,
Jaldi.
could be K Sera Sera. K Sera Sera I've always loved.
Okay.
I quite like K Sera Sera.
A hit or a popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
Again, any of the old Govinda songs I couldn't stand. going Ark Mare or 30 Sarkaile and all those, my God.
All right.
Those were very terrible, terrible, terrible for Bollywood and for us.
Your least favorite actor?
Hmm. Very difficult to say least, but who did I not like?
One that you don't like, maybe.
I don't like Salman Khan. I don't like Salman Khan at all.
And the worst movie of your least favorite actor? So which is his worst movie, as per you? One.
My favorite movie, to give credit to Salman Khan, would be Tere Naam. I really like Tere Naam. And I have not seen too many Salman films, but any of those films that he's done, I can't even name them. I don't remember the names. They were so bad for me that I don't even recall the names. Do you have any names in mind? You're a very good buff too. I've not seen any of those really. Oh no, not seen. But I have not liked Salman Khan movies. Yes.
So the next one is the best thing about your spouse.
I think the way he's much more, his humility definitely, given that he has a bit of royal blood in him, yet he's one of the most commonest people going around, no ego, no sort of, hubris, no arrogance that, my grandfather was royalty. So definitely that, but more than that, the way he's tempered me down, he always tempers me down. I'm very flighty, I can be very hot-tempered, but he's the one who sort of, calms me down. So that's the best quality for me.
And one thing that you would want to improve in your spouse?
That he would, remember words and names. He has a tendency to forget, he wanted to say human factor. He kept saying human fact just yesterday afternoon when we were driving up to Dhir. So that's one thing that I want him to improve. And I'm a writer, I love languages. So that's what we clash on all the time,
All right. Perfect. So that brings an end to a very interesting segment 4 and brings us to segment 5, which is called Dimag Ka Dahi. So,
okay.
Dimag Ka Dahi. Okay. Aruna, I will be asking you one brain teaser, and just in case I'm in the mood, I'll ask you 2, but we'll try with 1. Okay? And then let's see how you go about it. So, simple one.
Right.
So, here's your brain teaser. So, एक बार एक दुकान के अंदर एक गूंगा जाता है and he wants a toothbrush. So, he goes to the shopkeeper and he does this. So, the shopkeeper is intelligent. He gets to know that he wants a toothbrush and he gives it to him. थोड़ी देर बाद वहाँ पे एक blind man जाता है. He wants goggles. How will he ask for it?
मुझे चश्मे दे दो भाई.
That is absolutely right. That is That is correct. So well done. And the second one for you is, just because I'm in the mood.
Right.
Here's the second one.
Right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a small one. Madonna doesn't have one, and the Pope doesn't need one. What?
The surname.
Absolutely right once again. Well done, Aruna. You should clap yourself. 2 on 2. Well done.
Thank you. I could have been naughty when you went on from Arnold Schwarzenegger to Michael J. Fox. But then I said, okay, let me be nice, because you asked me the earlier question. I was, and that's how I answered. So not naughty, but nice. So definitely surname.
Superb. So coming to segment 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So Aruna, in segment 6, Never Have I Ever, what you need to do is, I'll ask you 10 questions. What you need to do is, you need to bring your fingers out, your palms open, and all 10 fingers out. And with everything that you have done, you bring one finger down whenever you've done something. And if you've not done something, you let me know, I'll move to the next one. Okay? So here's starting. Never have I ever stolen in a shop. No. Okay.
Never.
Beaten someone from the opposite gender.
Okay. I could bring all 10 fingers down.
Alright. Kiss someone from the same gender.
Never. I mean, a pet, yes, but not a smooth one. A kiss in a sexual manner.
That's okay. So you can put it down. That's fine. That's still a kiss. So
okay.
we'll connect.
Okay.
Made an excuse to not pay the bill. The restaurant bill.
Never. Okay. Never. That's not my style.
Well, she worked in a hotel, so probably she got all the meals for free.
That is true as well. Absolutely. In
All right.
certain hotels, you know.
Stalked the profile of an ex.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Got drunk at a party.
No, no, never, never. I'm not. I'm more of a teetotaler now. I do sort of like a few cocktails, but no, I've never been drunk.
All right. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Uh, yes, 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 yes.
Right.
Naughty, and my style is naughty, but yes.
Fair enough. Kissed in public.
Uh, yeah, I think yes, yes.
Oh,
Not
that's nice.
smooth, but kiss, yes.
Right. Used a pickup line to impress someone.
No, 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 never.
Lied about your actual location to someone.
Yes,
Okay, fair.
yes.
I know
Not to you
you did
though.
that too, possibly.
Not to you though.
Okay,
But for me, you're very, very wrong.
so 6 on 10, not bad, Aruna. You've done some fun things in your life, so that is good to know. 6 on 10 is not bad. So
Right.
well done.
Thank you.
And now we move to another fun segment, which is segment 7, which is called "Main Hu Kaun." So in "Main Hu Kaun,"
Okay.
Aruna, I would be asking you a question related to a personality. I'll be giving you 3 clues. If you're able to answer it in the first or even the second clue, you will possibly get a lifeline for one of the other segments that are going to follow. All right.
My God. Okay.
But if you answer incorrectly, then there might be a penalty as well. In the third clue, you can obviously
Okay.
take a guess. That's fine. But for the first two, you can get a lifeline or you can get a penalty. So here is your personality. And the first clue is succeeding eventually in the film world. Few know that my first job was as an apprentice chef at the Taj Group of Hotels.
Oh, my favorite, Jagu Dada.
Absolutely right. So that
Jagu
is
Dada.
correct. So I kept that
Magoo.
question for you. You know, I kept that question for you.
I know.
So well done, Aruna. You answered it in the first go, which means you will get a lifeline when we move to one of our other,
Right.
segments. And
Segments.
quickly responded.
Okay.
So well done. And now we come to segment 8, which is called "Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost." So segment 8, "Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost." Usually, we talk about the dream star cast that a person would have for their book. But since in your book you are the central character, what I wanted to ask you first was that if someone was to make a movie on this book, which actress would you cast as someone in your role?
A flip between Alia and Priyanka.
Alia and Priyanka. All right, but that is your wish, and that's not how things work in our part of the world. So basically, what we have over here is, a few chits, as you can see. Yeah. And I would be swirling these chits, and you have to tell me to stop. So when I stop, I will be taking out 3 chits, and then you tell me which number you want. And whichever name comes, that's going to be the actress playing your role. All right. So
Right. Okay. Okay. You can start pulling. Yes, you can start pulling.
Okay. No, this is a female, so we can't do pulling. We have to do striling. Okay, so that's 1. Okay. That's 2. We have to be really quick because we have 10 more minutes. That's all. So we need to be really fast.
Okay.
Okay. And
All right.
3. So I have got 1, 2, 3. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
What number do you want?
Second thrilling.
Second?
No, yes.
Okay. And a good choice. You will not be able to see the name because of the light, but your role will be played by the one and only Vidya Balan. Well done, Aruna.
Wow, not bad. Not bad.
If you had
not bad.
And she'll do a good job also.
Yes, I'm sure she will. Yes.
Fair enough. So moving quickly to segment 9, and we'll have to really do this quickly because we have 4 segments left. The segment number 9 is "What would you do?" And in what would you do, I give you 10 scenarios and you have to respond as quickly as you can. So, what would you do if you woke up as Rakhi Sawant?
Make the most of it, with all the amenities she does on screen. And perhaps, get a good following on my Insta account. Yes, that's what I would
Right.
do.
If Urfi Javed was your fashion designer,
Oh my God. Oh my God. I would ask her to cover me up with some green, to also tell people that I'm an environmentalist, so cover me up with green. Cabbage leaves, lettuce
if you
leaves, what
became
have
the
you.
PM, if you became the PM for a day,
If I became the PM for the day, I would make sure that I do enough for environment and animals. Environment and animals, make the rights as strong for the animal kingdom as I can, just for that day, to make sure that I leave it for posterity.
if Sunny Leone approached you to act as you in your biopic,
I would be happy to sort of have Sunny Leone do that because she has a following internationally, nationally. But I don't think she's a good actor, so she won't fit the bill where acting goes.
your book has a lot of comic encounters. So maybe if she does
Yes,
it,
yes.
maybe then she could be called Funny Leone. So now,
Oh, absolutely. That's right.
if you had the power of invisibility,
If I had the power of invisibility, I would just quietly, go and sit on people's shoulder and tell them to be nicer people and more responsible people to the environment and to the world at large. Really, I'd do that.
if your cell phone fell into the toilet,
I will retrieve it. I'm a Virgo and I have OCD. I will retrieve it.
all right. If God came in front of you,
I would ask him why am I the favorite, child of loss? Why has my life been like that? Why am I really the favorite child of loss? I would ask him that.
Nice,
I
nice.
want some answers from him.
if you were swimming and someone stole your clothes,
Oh God. I would call up, Sulabh immediately and get me a second. I would not step out of the pool ever.
all right, interesting. That's nice. The only thing would be that whether you would be carrying a phone
How would I
close
call
or
her?
not might be an issue. Okay, but
I would scream.
if you found yourself inside the Big Boss house,
No, I didn't step into that. I would never enter Big Boss. I would rather be on KBC, and once spend some crores. Not a Big
that's
Boss.
interesting. And the last one, if someone changed your gender,
That's okay. I've been a tomboy for a long period of my life. I like men as friends, so I would be okay with that.
super.
I would be okay as a transgender also. I love transgenders too.
Yeah, very interesting round and very well answered, Aruna. Coming to
Thank
section
you.
10, which is what next? So, in what next, you need to very quickly, in a few seconds, tell us what is it that you're currently working on and what next can the audience expect. Just a brief outline.
But I want to seek your permission, Suhail, my
You
Sarati.
don't need
Can I
to go
say
into the
that?
specifics. You can just tell that I'm doing this,
Okay.
this, that's all.
Okay. So I'm working on three things. One is a sort of a
Just the one. Just one. We're
biography.
short on time, so you have to tell
Okay,
one.
so biography, a famous person's biography.
All right, that's great. Next segment is joke time. So in this, Aruna, in joke time, you need to either tell us a joke or you need to recount a very quick yet funny incident that is not in your book.
Oh my God.
Or a
Oh
joke.
my God. I'm very bad at telling jokes now.
Okay, tell a very fun anecdote from your book, but very quickly, in 30 seconds.
Okay, a very funny one is when Dimple Kapadia was at the Oberoi. I was working with the Oberoi at that time, and she sort of, snubbed the general manager, the very good-looking French general manager, who every woman used to swoon after. But Dimple Kapadia gave him the cold shoulder. She refused to shake his hand even. She refused to sort of, recognize him when he would be in front of her. And he was so pissed that he used an excuse to say, "My God, that woman. Why is she like that with me, Aruna? She's such a good friend of yours now, but me, she doesn't, give me enough space and my sort of position. Why is that? She doesn't find me good looking. That was very funny at that time.
Interesting, interesting. One can visualize how this gentleman's plight would have been. But very interesting.
Yes.
Now coming to the penultimate segment, which is called Zaban Samhal Ke. So Aruna and Zaban Samhal Ke, we have 6 tongue twisters. But because you answered your question in the first go, we have a lifeline, which is, so I have 6 of them. 5 are more Hindi oriented. 1 is slightly in English. It is Desi still. But because you answered it correctly, I am giving you the option that would you want to take the slightly English one, or would you want to take any of the others randomly?
I'm okay. I'm good with Hindi as well. Just I speak Hindi with an English accent, but I'm okay with any.
Okay, so give me one number from 1 to 6 very quickly.
7.
No, there is no 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quickly. 1, 2,
5.
Okay.
5.
So your tongue twister is Nadi kinare hai kirane ki dukaan. And you have to say it 10 times very quickly. Nadi kinare hai kirane ki dukaan.
नदी किनारे है किराने की दुकान, 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 नदी किनारे है किराने की दुकान.
Well done, Aruna. That was superb. 10 times without a flaw. Superb. And that brings us to our last segment, which is segment 15, TBB shout out. So in TBB Shoutout, Aruna, a very quick word about how has it been working with the book bakers and what do you make of this show, Superstars with Suhail?
First of all, to TVB, first a big thank you to Sanjeev because he was my first Facebook friend when I saw TVB on the Facebook friend request list. Then to Suhail Mathur became my friend number 2. And TVB has been, that's just one word, yeah? Sarathi. Krishna was Arjun's Sarathi, so Sarathi. And in all truest, meaning of the word, because you guys have been, you have been a great friend, a great philosopher, a great guide, great motivator, and such a big support. So, love you for that.
So
Definitely.
and
yes.
what do you make of the chat show?
I loved it, and I've been on a lot of, TV and radio programs from a long time, from donkey's years back, and even now, I think this was my finest. I loved it. Loved the energy, loved the humor, loved the vibrancy, loved it.
Superb. So thank you so much, Aruna, for being a part. As everyone would have seen why she mentioned that she wanted to be on KBC rather than Big Boss, because she answered the tongue twister correctly, she answered guess the personality correctly, and she also gave one more very interesting thing, which was the brain teaser. Also, correct. Not once, but twice. So KBC is definitely the place for you and not Big Boss. So with that, I would like to thank you, Aruna, for being a part of this wonderful session. And a big thanks to all. Thank you. And a big thanks to all our viewers for seeing this. And I'll catch you guys very soon with another vibrant personality, much like Aruna. Thanks. Take care. Cheers. This is Suhail Mathur signing off.
Thank you for having me over. I would have loved you to sing, but I guess time is not on the side today.
Yes.
So thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks a lot.
Lovely. Thank you. Bye.